Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. Just thought I'd pop back on and give a little more time to what I was talking about earlier. I was talking about empathy and what it means, but nothing does it justice. I mean, but what it will do for your life, for you to exercise it every day, is a huge thing. I mean, it really is. When you start putting yourself in other people's shoes, when you walk a mile in their shoes, there's many different sayings for it because people have found out over all these hundreds and thousands of years, there are people that have found out that empathy changes the world. Empathy changes your life. It's a big deal. We want to understand the human condition. Why do people do bad things? Why do people do bad things? Well, that's a good question, right? It's something you're always asking yourself, well, I just can't understand how somebody could do that. That's where empathy comes in. To empathize even for a bad person, because bad person, that's not a term I like using. I tend to lean more towards a broken person. I don't believe a person is operating or functioning correctly when they do things that hurt others. That's my belief, and I believe it strongly, so there's no point in anyone trying to make... I'll listen to you. I'll listen to another viewpoint on it. I just don't see... I've talked it all over with myself. I've talked it over with the universe. And I can't come to any other conclusion other than when people hurt others or harm others, they are doing it for broken reasons. You can use your imagination to figure that out. And you're going to be, I mean, you may not be exactly right because you don't know their lives of strangers or other people, but ask yourselves, what would make a person do something? What would make them harm somebody else? You want to say, oh, well, because they're greedy, they want money, or no, that's something else. They've lost a feeling of brotherhood, of togetherness, of love. They've lost that because you can't harm people that you love unless you are broken in some horrible fashion. Love doesn't do that. So you have to think about that, and you have to you have to say to yourself, what would make this person do this? And there could be so many things that break a person. That person there could have just lost their mind over their losing somebody or whatever, and so they're driving erratically, which could harm others, or there, here you go, theft. A lot of times theft is out of desperation. Now, of course, when they're stealing a TV or something like that, that leans more towards the other area that they've been broken and they're separated from the feeling of love. They're separated from the power of love. It's there. People love them. They just don't know it. They don't feel it anymore. Something has damaged their system where they don't get it. Now, if they're stealing food, well, we can all empathize with that because we can put ourselves in a position of hunger or needing to feed our loved ones, our family. If you're desperate enough, if your kids are starving and you can't seem to see any other way, you're going to do what's necessary to take care of your children and feed them. and it may not be the right thing. So we can get that. We all can get when you're doing it out of desperation to help family or loved ones. It may not be the right thing to do still, but we can get how a person's mind would get desperate enough to do something like that. And that is for help, and that is for love. But when it's something frivolous, like money or a TV, money can also be for helping your family too, but not excessive amounts, like, not grotesque amounts. It's not necessary, and it's not okay. It's not okay to steal ever. But you can see that. You can logically work that out in your head, what causes somebody to steal food or money in a lot of cases. But when it comes to stealing your TV or stealing, that's a whole different. But then okay, let's get off stealing, and what if you've got a person that does not know you at all? They see you, and all of a sudden they are angry and they want to hurt you, and they don't know you at all. They haven't necessarily seen you do anything. They are just a person who you've tagged probably in this world as being just a violent person that likes to hurt people. I don't see things that way. I do not believe that anybody likes hurting other people. I believe they can give an act out that even fools themselves into thinking they enjoy it. But that's not enjoyment. That's not liking something. I mean, love doesn't do things like that to others. So it comes down to something has broken them so badly that they are out of touch with their empathy, with their feeling for others, with their caring for others. Something has happened in their life, and I bet you can come up with things in your mind that would make a person or drive a person to do something like that. And that's what you need to do. That's what you need to do. You need to get under their skin for a while. Get in there and feel what it's like to be in that situation. It's not going to make it right. Don't look for anything to justify. This isn't what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about justification. I'm talking about understanding. I'm talking about empathy. I'm talking about looking for the good that is in that person that is doing bad. Trying to see how broken and sad a person has to be to harm others. When you start practicing that, you start looking at things differently. And maybe you don't want to look at things differently, but you're not going to be happy then. I guarantee you. You're going to be mad all the time. You're going to see things on the news and everything that make you angry instead of making you sad, instead of making you feel for them. Of course we feel for the victims. That's not hard. It's not hard to feel for people that have been done wrong, that have had bad things done to them, that have lost loved ones in their life. That's not hard. That's easy. At least I say that. But then these other people that I'm talking about, these people that do bad things, I believe they've lost touch with that. They have actually, something or many things have happened that have made them give up, have made them angry, and they blame everyone around them. I have had this issue in my life to where I have had, I do have thyroid disease. I have hyperthyroidism. I never knew exactly what that was causing me, but it was causing me to have complete meltdowns. I was having tantrums. As an adult, I was having tantrums. I was throwing fits. That's the best way to put it. And it was bad. And so it makes it easy for me a lot of times because I'm better now, and I'm medicated to be better, and that's going. I'm possibly reversing it. I'm possibly going to be off the medication soon. And the medication is only something to keep my thyroid under control, to where the levels don't rise. Your thyroid controls everything. It controls all these emotions in you and everything. It can make your mind race. I was having what was called thyroid storms, and my mind was just racing crazy and making no sense whatsoever. And so then I would strike out at people. People would be trying to be nice to me at times, and I would not be able to handle the input, and I would absolutely have a total meltdown and yell at them or call them awful things, because it was a striking out. It was an issue of like I felt caged and too much information coming at me from all directions, and so I would lash out. And so when somebody did something really bad to me or anything in those cases, I would even be worse than them in some cases. And so, being that I've had that experience in my life, I compare that a lot to what somebody else might be going through. Some people could be going through the exact same issue, not being able to think. Their mind goes into hyperactive mode, and they lash out at everything. That could be happening to others. In fact, it's got to be happening to others. I'm not the only one in the world that goes through this. But anyway, things like that. So you just got to think about it. And wanting revenge for things, for being hurt, for loved ones being hurt and all that, wanting revenge, it's worthless. Revenge will never make you feel better. It won't. Watching someone be put to death is not going to ever make you feel better. And I don't agree with that anyway, because I don't think that we have a right to tell somebody else to kill somebody else. But that's a whole nother argument. I think it damages you. I think it damages people, and that is included in war. I think everybody that hurts somebody, even in a state of war, or even to protect yourself, and believe me, I would likely hurt somebody to protect my loved ones, but it would damage me. I would be damaged afterwards, because I don't think you can get rid of something like that. We are all related. We are all brothers and sisters, and that's not just something for the religions or the churches to say brother this, sister this. That's nice that they do that. That they do that to remind us that we are all connected and we are all related and we are all family. But people gloss it over, and they end up saying it, I think, a lot of times just as a thing to say. It's what I should say, and I don't think about what it actually means, but it means that I love you. I love you all very much, and that's what it's supposed to mean from everybody that says it. When you say Brother Steve, brother Chad, Sister Margaret, Sister Mary, when you say that stuff to people, it's not just supposed to be lip service. It's supposed to be, you are my family, and you all are my family. And I love all of you all very much. And I know I watch many of you going through some very hard times and hardships. And I don't sit back and enjoy it. I can't spread myself so far out that I get to everybody, but I try to say something to you at least. may not have talked to some of you all in months or years, but if I see something like that, I try to reach out and say, I love you. That's about all I can do most of the time, but it's sincere. It's very sincere. And if you want to talk, we can talk. I'm not so good at talking on the phone. I don't do really well at it. I chat a lot better than I talk on the phone. But if you need to talk on the phone, if it's something you just got to do, you can reach out and you tell me, I need to talk to you, and I will. I'm rambling and going on. This is very important to me, and I think you can see that. It's so it really is more simple than you think, but we have been programmed for a long, long, long time, hundreds of years. And us individually, our whole lives, we've been programmed, and they're still throwing that programming at us all the time. The revenge, the hate, the news is so full of reporting only the bad stuff. They never seem to report the good stuff. They may do it a little. There's some that are trying, and they're doing a little, but it's not getting the same airtime as the negative. And we need to know that good things still do happen every single day. I love all of y'all very much, and I say that all the time, and I know some of you think that I'm just saying that's just lip service, but believe me, it's not. And you could ask some of the people that know me well, and I think you'd find out from them that I'm very sincere. Talk to you soon, guys. Love you very, very, very much. Have a great day, and if I don't speak to you again this weekend, have a great weekend too. Bye-bye.